On this episode of Special Report, we focus on the 5th anniversary and Grand Award ceremony of Flourish Africa, a women empowerment movement founded by businesswoman Mrs. Flourish to serve as a catalyst for women to unleash their potential. The Flourish Africa movement is also designed to create a platform for women of different generations. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jeffrey Uzongo.
Africa, a well-endowed continent with natural and human resources, is home to billions of people. It has Nigeria, Ethiopia, and Egypt as the most populous countries, while Seychelles, an Indian Ocean archipelago made up of 115 islands, is the smallest country. The latest United Nations estimate indicates that the population of Africa stands at 1.4 billion people, an equivalent of 16.72% of the total world population, while the population of women is about half that figure. This figure, however, is expected to hit nearly 2.5 billion people by 2050.
There are numbers in terms of...
The status of women in Africa varies across nations and regions. As of July 2019, Rwanda stands out in the continent as the only country in the world where women hold more than half of the seats in parliament, which is about 51.9%. However, Morocco has only one female minister on its cabinet. Although the list of Africa's richest is still primarily dominated by men, it is only a matter of time before women take on that stand.
We believe Flourish Africa is destined to touch and empower millions of women in every sphere of life.
This African woman, Apostle Flourish has been flying high for years. She gained recognition in 2016 when Forbes magazine listed her as one of the most influential women, world billionaires in 2019, and Africa's billionaires in 2020. As of 2022, Alakija is still the richest woman in Nigeria and the second richest woman in Africa, with an estimated net worth of $1 billion. She believes the journey for her will be smoother and better achieved by empowering other women. So in 2017, she came up with an empowerment movement to serve as catalyst for female empowerment and development called Flourish Africa. This project is aimed at creating a platform for women between the ages of 18 and 50 to have access to information that will help them grow in their career, businesses, and relationships through a $1 billion need grant.
Everything we make is a dress, a skirt and blouse, a jacket. You know, when people say fashion, it's the same thing we're all doing.
5 years since it took off, the well-thought-out mentorship seed for entrepreneurs in Africa has gained dominance in the country among women. All well dressed for the 5th anniversary of Flourish Africa at the Civic Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. The event welcomes very special dignitaries who have made remarkable impacts in their chosen fields. Apostle Alakija played host to octogenarian and fashion icon Haji Heba Fulawiyo, first female Minister of Industry, Nika Konde, former Senator representing Cross River South, Florence Itagiwa, founder of Emzo Pharmaceutical, Stella Okoli, the Vice Chairman of Channels Media Group, Dr. Shola Momo, former Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Princess Sarah Sosan, Chairperson, Better Life Program for African Rural Women, Ajay Aisha Babangida, Entrepreneur, Kehinde Kamson, Creative Director, Eme Akenzwa, among other dignitaries. The keynote speaker, Ndidi Okonkwo Nwuneli, charged women to be more focused and take their place in Africa, while highlighting the indications for rapid business development.
You wear many hats. Some of you are the first to go to university in your homes. You're the first daughter You're the first grandmother. You're the first of many. Now, the challenge with being the first of many, especially in a society like ours, that still has a lot of challenges around gender equity, is that and somebody said it in this room a few months ago, is that when you shatter the glass ceiling, some scars are left on your body. Right? The glass falls, but some scars are left. So oftentimes, when we're first and when we're trailblazers, we have to have a little more empathy, right, for those who are coming after us, because they don't know how much pain it took to get to be the first. That's why I respect my aunties and mummies in this room, because I know that what they have done to pave the way, so it was a little easier for me, and it's a little easier for those who are in their 30s, and it's a little easier for those in their 20s, and then in the teens, like my daughter, right? We have been the trailblazers. But when we think about being trailblazers in Nigeria, there's still some uncharted territory, and I'll just give you a few harsh realities about our ecosystem today. When we think about the political climate at the moment, we have never had a female president. That is uncharted, right? Is it possible? It's possible, right? We've never had a female vice president. And when we look at some of the indicators at the national level, from a political perspective, we still have a lot of uncharted territory. Now, when we think about the business sector, we have broken glass ceilings. And I'm so proud of the female chairs that we have of large companies. And at the last count, I think we had 7 CEOs of banks in Nigeria that were female, and 5 female chairs of banks. I think that deserves a round of applause. So that is progress, but it's not enough. I looked at the statistics the other day of land ownership in Nigeria. 10%. 10%. What percentage of our population are women? 50%. Now, when you don't own land as an entrepreneur, what does it limit you from doing? From having collateral, from investing in a long-term asset like a factory, right? Because you don't want to invest in somebody else's land. As you start making money, they tell you, please move out. So we as women have to become what? Owners of assets, right? We have to become owners of assets. Land, building, machinery, whatever it takes, we have to take that. This is absolutely critical. The second quote that inspires me is another African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. Now, I have modified it a little to say we need to go fast and far together. But to do that, we need integrity, we need excellence, and we need humility. Now, Oprah has a quote that says, there is no hiding place for people who have integrity and excellence. And so as my sisters, especially the female entrepreneurs here, it is a tough time in Nigeria. We have double-digit inflation, I don't need to tell you, right? Diesel prices are over 1,000 naira. And the economic indicators from all the economists, including people like Biswak Ruwani, are very, very dim, at least for the next 6 months. I know we're prayer warriors, but we have to face the reality. So in this reality, we need to go fast and far together. Now, I don't believe the myth that women don't help other women. I don't believe that myth. Mrs. Alakija has assembled an amazing group of women in this room. These women help other women. So we must go fast and far together. But to do that, we need what? Integrity and excellence. It means that even though the situation is tough, we're not going to cut corners. It means that we're not going to falsify anything on our products. Women entrepreneurs, integrity and excellence. And what is excellence? Bring your A game every time. Bring your A game every time. There is no room for excuses. Your A game means you over-deliver. It means you delight your customer. It means that customer is your #1 salesperson because they've had such a good experience with your company that they're referring you to someone else. Is it easy to be excellent all the time? No. But you can do it because you're going with others. It means that you're creating a support network of people who are helping you. It means you're investing in others and you're pulling them together. And then the final quote is actually a quote by Graça Michel. And she says, do not climb alone. As God elevates you and pulls you up, pull 10 other women. Pull 5 other women. Do not climb alone. Can we say that to my sisters? Do not climb alone. If you climb alone, it gets very, very lonely up there. Who knows what I'm talking about? We walk into many rooms, and I see the bankers here. I see my sisters who are in all industries, and you're the only woman. It's lonely. It's tough. So don't climb alone. Pull other people. That means you're mentoring somebody else. You've gone through an entrepreneurship program here. Find another woman to mentor, right? Mrs. Alakeja has invested in you. Invest in somebody else. Leave a will. Leave something for your daughter, right? I always talk about wills and women writing wills. People tell me what? No, leave something for your daughter, right? Pay somebody else's school fees who is a female. Do not climb alone, because society will hold us accountable. And then my final quote is my favorite one, which says there's a special place in hell for women who don't support other women. And this is by Madeleine Albright, late Madeleine Albright. And I always tell my sisters, we all want to go to heaven. I know Apostle wants to go to heaven. I want to go to heaven. We all want to go to heaven. So let's help other women. There's a special place in heaven for women who help other women. And there's a special place in heaven for men who sponsor women, who are female champions, who are feminists, who uphold their daughters, who preach equity. I really believe it's time for us in Nigeria. It's time for us to take our rightful place.
Exciting moment as Flourish Africa unveils the first set of 100 grantees to earn 2 million naira each from the 1 billion naira grant meant to empower women entrepreneurs in Africa in the next 5 years.
Let's have Pamela Obi.
I found out about the Flourish Africa initiative on the Instagram social media platform. One day I was scrolling and I just saw that there was an initiative for women who are empowering other women, and I started to follow the page. And then one day it was announced that there's a 1 billion naira fund organized by Apostle Flourish Alakeja, and I quickly tapped into it and applied, and I was one of the 500 that was selected outside of a pool of thousands of women who applied for the training. The training went on for a period of 3 months. It was amazing. It was a life-changing opportunity for me, because the difference with what Flourish Africa is actually doing is this. They don't only train you on how to run and set up a business. They also teach you about life. They also teach you about being a tripartite woman, you know, balancing spirit, soul, and body, which is really important, because a lot of business women actually just have a problem with managing the home front as well as running a business. And that is where Flourish Africa comes in. They give you the balance that you need.
Then comes the discussion by the panelists.
Immediately you let any other person to belittle you, then you would not be anybody in life. So don't let anybody's view about you being a woman limit what you think or what you can do. So taking that into business, first thing is to understand that you have to believe in yourself. You have the capacity, you have the ability to do what any man or what any other person can do, irrespective of the field. So I'm particularly interested in getting female developers, seeing women telling the guys that I can do better than you. And in the past 7 years that we've done business, I've seen exceptional women do great things in tech.
My life is a testimony. The fact that I'm here today is a testimony. My wife, I call my wife a trailblazer because my wife is the only one that had a surprise birthday for me a few years ago that I paid for. It's been 7 years now and I'm still surprised. It was my 30th birthday. I walked into the room that evening, November 6th, and my wife hugged me. I saw my pastors, I saw my mentors, and my wife asked me if I was surprised. I said yes, because she has not paid for the surprise. I'm still surprised up to now. English is not meant for everyone. It's not meant for everyone. We learned in school that the process of come, C-O-M-E, is what? The process of become is what? The process of overcome is what? What is the process of welcome? So we'd like to welcome you all to this place. We also learned in school that the person that sings is called a what? The person that writes is called a what? The person that recites a poem is called a what? Who's a poeta? The person that drums is called a what? The person that paints is called a what? And the person that draws is called a what? If you said draw, well, please take that exit, take that exit. We also learned that there are three major ways of becoming a citizen of a country. One by birth, two by marriage, and three by naturalization. That's the fourth one now by seeking asylum or by JAPA. Just if you're born in China, what are you called? If you're born in Poland, what are you called? If someone is born in Finland, the person is... That's nothing we can do about it. That's nothing we can do about it.
Success experience from some of the participants.
In one word, how has the experience been?
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. I know you're not allowed to repeat someone else's word. Though. No copying. No Joro.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Impactful.
Impactful.
I was about to say impactful. So exciting.
Exciting.
I would say intense.
Intense. I like that. And I think some of these things they mentioned represents the Flourish Africa woman.
Parting words from entrepreneurs icon.
This for me is an inspiration. This for me is a guide. This for me is an education. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And on behalf of all these recipients here, you are an exceptional human being. May God bless you abundantly.
Amen.
And then for the recipients as well, this is something that you must remember just doesn't appear like that. This is somebody took their time to educate you, to support you, and then to empower you. You must learn to understand that and then accept what was given to you, the education, and use that you've gotten now to better your life.
I'm witnessing Mrs. Alakija, who is someone I have a lot of respect for, empower and create mini clones of herself. And I would really like you guys to really pay attention to the values that she's impacting in you and the anointing that is on her life. Because, I mean, really, 100 of you today can become 100 Mrs. Alakijas. The grit, the resilience, and the tenacity that she exhibits, to my mind, is really what she's giving you. And if you take that and you run with it, in a few years' time, you will be future Mrs. Alakijas.
In Flourish, I see beauty with brain. And I can't resist that combination.
If you're in business, everyone you meet, just make them feel like as if they're the only ones around at that time. And that's some quality that she has. I think that that's a major business asset.
I am inspired. Today I am challenged, and I am grateful to God that she has been able to create this amazing platform that provides capacity building, provides empowerment through funding, provides inspirational leadership, and also shows an example so that these women know that they need to pay it forward.
Don't ever give up. There would be hard times, there would be difficult times, but persevere. Business is not easy, but if you decide to stay in there, be consistent, and put God first. That's one of the things I love about Auntie Mrs. Alakija. It's the God factor. Put God first, and you will not fail. God bless you. And for those of you who did not get anything today, don't give up. Try again. That's what life is about. Keep trying until you get there.
We will flourish.
The visionary, in company of a special guest, cut the anniversary cake in celebration of success. For several years, there's been a gap in the creation of an avenue for women entrepreneurs to thrive through mentorship and financial assistance to attain successive growth.
I believe that a lot more needed to be done, because if the women were working so hard and they were hitting brick walls to get funding for their businesses. It seemed like an uphill task. You understand? It's good to have information. Information is good. When it's free, amazing. The information is very, very important. But then the seed also, it helps. It helps a great deal. I know there are women who have started their businesses with 1,000 naira, but with more help, like 2 million in your pocket, well, God, that's a very good start. So I'm extremely delighted, I'm happy, I'm overjoyed to be able to give 100 women seed money today. And I look forward to see them flourish in ways and manners and dimensions that they too would in turn empower other women. That's what it's all about. Because between you and I, there's no one that gets something free and something good, for that matter, that will not be overjoyed. And I'm sure that all those women that you saw are going to plant it. And when they plant it, it will bring forth good fruit. It will germinate. It will germinate not only in their minds, they will see it in the physical. You understand me? The amount of work that they've put into their 3 months training is so obvious. When you see the pictures of the women, oh, you would wish you could do a lot more than we're doing now. And God will help us.
If we didn't have what we had today for these women, safe to say, what do you think could have been? How glim could this have been?
Very gloomy, don't you think? Didn't you see the women coming up, crying and overjoyed, and tears of joy? Some were kneeling down, some were hugging, and they were just bursting into tears. When joy gets to that level, what more can you ask for? But charity begins at home. So we had to begin in Nigeria. And yes, I said it in my welcome speech, that it's self-funded. And we're doing this for the next 5 years. But by the special grace of God, if others can join us in any way they can, help out with services, help out with funding, whatever it is, there are 50% of the world population is of women. Women form 50% of the world population, not just the African one. You understand? So we need to help each other. You don't get to the top and then remove the ladder. No. You look down, you stretch out your hand, and you pull the next people up, the next set of people up. That's what it's all about. If we can all do that, the world will be a better place to live in. Don't you think?
Flourish Africa.
We will flourish, and not only that, women who are empowered empower other women. Empowered women empower other women. That's what it's all about.
With Flourish Africa initiative, however, many women now have the potential to be great, as a community of like-minded persons have converged to make this a possibility.
My mandate as president of the Alumni Association, being the pioneer president, I do feel a lot of pressure, but by the special grace of God, my duty as the president is to tell other women about the Flourish Africa initiative, empower them the same way I have been empowered, but most importantly, use my leadership as a shining example to show women everywhere, especially in Africa, which is our goal, that if I can do it, if I can balance being married, having a family, having a business, and still being the president of the Alumni Association, then absolutely any woman out there can do it too. So I hope to inspire women, not just through my words, but through my actions.
Congratulations to Flourish Africa on its 5th anniversary, and wishing them many more years of women empowerment.
And that's it on this episode of the program. Thanks for your time and, of course, your usual company. I'm Jeffrey Uzong.